Hello everyone, Catherine here from Ink Finger Cat. I thought I'd set the video on because I'm about to do something a bit probably insane and a bit drastic. My room is quite tidy, but I'm going to make it not tidy. And I thought, let's document the process a little bit. I'm going to make a public warning announcement. I do not look pretty in the outfit I am wearing today. I do not care. Yeah, I've put on some kind of gym type clothes that are clinging to every lump and bump that I have, because I know I'm going to get hot and sweaty. So let's give you a quick tour first and you can see the starting point, and then we'll move into the put it all in fast forward, find some free music, shove it over the top kind of thing, so you can see me working. I'm already regretting this and I've not even started. Change my mindset, come on, it's going to be fine, it's going to be good, it's going to be worth it. And then I will show you the after. That's the intention. How long this is going to take, I don't know. So this could be a several day project, it could be a 1 day project, it could take me 3,000 hours, who knows? Let's see, hey? Sorry, before we start that, please subscribe, please do like the video, all of the jazz. Also, comments below. I need your sympathy. I need your positivity. And what I don't need is any comments on the lumps and the bumps that I'm now feeling self-conscious about, even though I actually don't care. I just need to get this job done. And if videoing it makes me do it, do it. So, this is before shots. Actually, really tidy compared to normal, shall we say. A few little bits out on the side that shouldn't be there. There's a few bits down there. I don't know why that Stampin' Up box is there and it's not gone in the recycling. My husband's just gone to take a load of recycling to the tip. There's not actually anything off the bookshelf on the floor like there normally is, although there is absolutely some stuff up there that's just been shoved into place. Okay, we don't normally do this, but this is also the workspace. So this is my working from home office setup, which is not too bad, just needs a bit of a clean really. I don't have huge amounts of paperwork or anything for work. Everything is pretty much done digitally. I do scribble things a lot, so there's a lot of post-it notes. Probably could do with a look through those. Don't want to do that. It's Saturday. It's a non-working day. Okay, this is another area we don't often look at. This bookcase is not meant to be craft stuff, but it's being taken over by craft stuff. And then there is this big pile of things on the floor, on top of a box. Yeah, that all needs sorting. Quite proud of the window area because I actually cleaned the windows the other night. Oh, somebody's cycling past. So yeah, this area is all fine. That's normally my photographing station. So yeah, it's currently got some index cards on. Might talk to you a bit later about index cards. Don't know whether I will or not, we'll see. This area has actually improved quite a lot in the last couple of months because there used to be a massive pile of stuff there that was all stuff that was listed on Vinted or needed to go to the charity shop. Took everything off Vinted, just took it all to the charity shop. I decided I couldn't be bothered with it all hanging around. If it hadn't sold, it hadn't sold. So at the moment on Vinted, I've got one item. Oh, hang on, I'll tell you about that in a minute. But that's my trying to restart myself at bullet journaling. It's not really working, but that's got all of that stuff in. And so the one item that is left on Vinted is anybody looking for a prom dress that sits and has done for 2 years on the back of this door. We were very generous parents and we bought a very expensive prom dress. It is currently on for less than half what we paid for it. It's still really expensive. I'm not giving up yet. We will see what happens. If it's not sold by next prom season, I might have to really reduce it just because I'm fed up of it sitting here. It's a beautiful dress though. Shall I give you a sneak peek? Whoop. A better way of showing is probably just to show it you on my daughter. She looked gorgeous in it. It was all worth it really, but I just can't. It was so much money. So it will stay there as an eyesore on the back of my door until it is sold. So please go check out Vinted. I think I'm under Katie Cuddles on Vinted. I don't know if I can even put a link to it in the description box below. Probably won't even remember to do that anyway. So my plan is to remove everything off every surface, clean every surface, have a decision about whether I am keeping something or getting rid of something. And when I'm getting rid of it, is it going in a bin? Is it going on a de-stash site if it's craft supplies? Is it going somewhere else? And not putting it back on the shelf if I've made the decision it is going. That is the plan. I want to create, so my basket down here, let me show you. The basket and the big pile of stuff that's on the basket should be only the stuff I have not yet used. It's not, it's got loads of stuff in there, so I need to sort that out. Yeah, but I want to do that with every surface in this room. So every shelf, every cupboard, every drawer, because I've got too much stuff. And I don't use some of it ever. And why am I holding on to it as a just in case? It's insane. Because I've realised over the years that there's two parts of crafting. Sorry, I've just realised this really bright light. Let me sort that. That's probably a little bit more comfortable for your eyes. Sorry about that. But yeah, I realised a few years ago, it's not like a recent realisation, that there are two hobbies when it comes to crafting. There's the buying of stuff and the using of stuff. Now, I am quite a prolific user. Unfortunately, I'm also a prolific buyer. And I also don't like waste, so I don't like throwing stuff away. So I also make projects out of tiny scraps of stuff. So I don't really need all of the stuff that I own. Does that even make sense? So yeah, so there's a decluttering thing going on in my head, but I also just want to make best use of my stuff. And I also think there'll be other people who could use this stuff and get more enjoyment out of it than I am, because I am just sitting here with too much stuff around me. I'm also on a bit of I really want to change the furniture in this room. But I can't change the furniture in this room until I know what I need. Also, I haven't got any money to do that because there's other projects in the house that are far more important. This at least is functional. So, I'm saying functional, the shelves keep falling. But it is fixable, so I can deal with it. But yeah, I'd like to do that. I'd like to redecorate in here. I can see marks all over the walls. I haven't got time or energy or money to do any of that. And also to even move all of this stuff out so I could decorate is a major piece of work. So if I can make it less stuff, maybe that'll help. We'll see. Right, enough rambling, enough putting you in terrible jiggity jaggedy movements. I'm sorry about that, but it's the only way I can do it. I haven't got smooth camera operating, it's just my phone. Time for me to crack on. I think first things first is I'm actually going to leave the room. I'm going to go and get a cup of coffee, essential. I'm going to go and get bin bags, essential. Probably should have held on to some of those big cardboard boxes that the husband's just taken the tip. I've just realised. However, I have got a plastic crate here that's not being used for anything, so maybe I'll just use that temporarily. Because I think that has got a purpose. It's just not in the right place, doing the right thing. There's a whole thing going on in my house at the moment about making it nicer. More fit for purpose. Anyway, I just said enough blathering about 50 seconds ago. So enough blathering, let me get on. Okay, future Catherine here. Yeah, this turned out to be a lot of work. And you'll have seen from the thumbnail, this is only part one. I did quite a few hours today. And I've not even finished the desks off. So there's quite a few videos to come. But I have to say, I'm really proud of the progress that I made. And how hard I worked, to be honest. I did it over the course of a few sessions. So I did a session, then I had some lunch, another session, then I had a break. Then you'll see me come in with a cardigan on because I got a bit chilly. And had another session. And then I had to give it up for the day because I kind of started too late in the day to get it all, well, to even get to the point of the halfway mark, really. I'd started a bit too late in the day. But yeah, really pleased. And, well, you see there, I first vacuuming and ended up giving up with that first vacuum. That's now ready to go to the tip. It's an old vacuum that we've had for ages. It's been on the blink for ages and I've been putting up with it, but it didn't even do 20 seconds before it decided to give up again. So that's gone to the tip. I quite enjoyed myself because I was listening to the radio as I was going. So you'll see me have a few boogies here and there when there's a good song on. I have a bit of a dance. But yeah, I listened to the radio. I just kept plodding on. And occasionally, I'd find something odd. Just thought we would pause. When am I ever going to need this many HB pencils? Now, I know I bought these with a project in mind when my daughter was in primary school. She's now 19, about to go into her second year of university. Is it time to bundle these up and just send them to the school down the road? Why? I mean, it's in a pretty jar. Why? So yeah, part of me, yeah, I amaze myself. I don't know why I have certain things in my craft room. Well, in my house. It's the same all over the house. So let me talk you through the process because obviously I have been talking for some time already. I've not really told you what I'm doing. I started on the left-hand side of the desk with the tool cabinet that's got like the Stampin' Up! Stamps on the top. And I just took everything off all of the surfaces, cleaned the surfaces, and then I am only putting back what I'm keeping, what I think is still valuable. I must admit, in editing this video, there are more things that I think tomorrow, because tomorrow is Sunday, I'm going to have another go at this room because I can't leave it as it is because I need to be able to work on Monday. But yeah, I think there are things that I put back in cupboards or on shelves that actually, no, I'm not going to keep because I don't use them. And so there are going to be more things that need to go either in the get rid of box or in the rubbish box that I've already put back in places. So there will be a little bit of that going on. But yeah, I started with the left-hand side of the desk and did all of those little shelves. I pulled out things and put them on the right-hand side of the room. And that, by the time I've finished today, has got quite a bit of a pile of things that need to be done. And you can see there that sort of like tall white drawer box shelving unit thing that's on the right-hand side. I've still got to go through that. That normally sits on the left-hand side of the desk, but I haven't yet got through that and put that out, put that back in place. So yeah, so I started on the left. I then did the top shelf of the desk. And that included, the reason why I've got my back to you for quite some time there is I've got sort of like those vases on the top of the shelf that I've got paintbrushes and blending brushes and watercolour pencils, various other things in them. So I did take all of those out, cleaned the jars, and then chose what to go back in. And a lot of paintbrushes that were really gunky and horrible have been chucked away. I've also chucked away my really gunky, horrible water jar because it is revolting and there's not a cat and house chance that I'll get that clean. Then at this point, I have cleaned the back off the desk, and I'm just rearranging a few of the pictures that are on those back shelves because it's nice to change your inspiration pictures up a little bit. So I've moved the ones of Portmeirion into the left hand side that were on the right hand side. They're like lino cut postcards, and I've moved those around. Still got a couple of pictures of my daughter, which always inspires me because it's her being creative, and I love those pictures of her, one from primary school and one from doing her, I want to say her A-level, but I think it was a GCSE, I can't remember. I think it was her A-level. On the left-hand side there of the desk, I'd also already done all of the ink shelves. I've already taken all the inks off, cleaned the shelves, put the inks back. I haven't put them in rainbow order or anything nice because they never stay like that, so there's no point. And now I'm clearing out the desk drawers. So the first drawer is this one that I keep my acrylic blocks and my adhesive and a couple of like little tools that I use quite frequently. So I know exactly what goes in that drawer, but there was rubbish in there, so it did need clearing out and it needed sorting. Now this desk drawer is directly underneath my normal workspace. And again, emptied it out, this time to the vacuum cleaner to get rid of some of those dusty bits and pieces, those last bits of stubborn pieces of paper before I wiped it. And then I did get rid of a few bits and pieces off this. These have gone in the to be got rid of pile, although they might end up just going in the the charity shop, or they might end up going in the bin. I'm not quite sure, but got rid of a few bits and pieces out of there, some old punches that I just don't use. I did get rid of a Fiscus trimmer that's just really bad, so I did get rid of that. And then popped a few things to the side that I'm going to put in a different place instead. Now this cupboard underneath, I had a bit of a shock. Okay, I just had to have a little pause and have a little cry. Wasn't expecting that. Just found, I don't even know why, I've got a laminated picture of this picture. But yeah, it was of a time, a good few years ago. We look a lot younger on it than we do now. And since then there's been one divorce and one death, so had a moment. But yeah, found that at the back of the cup. Why is that there? Why is that there? But also, just keeping it real, sometimes you find stuff and it makes you cry. Okay, on with the cleaning. So yeah, I had a moment. So this cupboard keeps my sewing machine. It also keeps all my watercolour pencils, other colouring pencils, my decent colouring pencils, and a couple of tools. I think there is a couple of things in there that will be going into the get rid of box. They're things that I'm ruminating on going, I never used some of those things, so they'll need to go. And this is where it got to the nitty gritty. So I have now cleaned the entirety of the left-hand desk, and I am now onto the right-hand desk, and I decided to just tip out the caddy that's got pens and tools and bits and pieces in it. So I have got this at super speed now because this probably took half an hour, maybe 40 minutes in total. I insist on testing all of the pens and the mechanical pencils, because I'm going to get rid of them if they're not working. I did get rid of a fair few, not as much as I would have wanted to, but you know how ridiculous it is that I had all those HB pencils. I've still got loads of HB pencils here too. I mean, genuinely, never going to need this much HB pencil in my life. And now onto the sort of the proper tool caddy. Gave it a good wipe out and then popped everything back into place. Again, a few bits and pieces got rid of. Most of this pretty much stayed as was though. Okay, this is session number 3, so you can see I've now gained a cardigan. I was very hot and sweaty this morning and early afternoon when I did this cleaning, but by this point it was still sunny outside, it was, but I'd been in a room that had been chilly, so hence I've got a cardigan on. So I'm carrying on working on the desk on the right hand side, and at this point I'm sort of working on that top shelf, trying to get all of those elements down. I have zero idea why I sat down at this point. and what I was doing. Don't know. But yeah, I'm working on stuff that's on the top shelf, so I've taken that down, given it a good clean, and then starting to put things back in place. That top basket I just popped up, I didn't check inside it. I think I need to do that tomorrow, because I think that just needs bagging up and also getting rid of. I think it's like silk flowers and paper flowers that I just never use, so I need to get rid of those. And that basket then could potentially be repurposed for something else. So I am working my way across that desk, cleaning it up and popping things back into their place where they belong. But it's a lot cleaner than it was before. Now, this drawer was a big mess and there was so much rubbish in it. Ridiculous amounts of just bits and pieces. So I had a good sort out. I managed to bin a load of rubbish. I managed to put so much more in this drawer from other places because of the fact that I could then condense and put everything together. So you've got my jelly plate stuff on the left hand side. I've then got all of my adhesives that are like the next adhesives to be used, if you know what I mean, because I've bought glues or tapes or whatever. So I end up popping all of that in, and there's loads of space at first, but I do end up filling that drawer back up again once I sort it out. There were things on the desk at this point that I knew I needed to get in the sewing box, the fabric box, which is the blue box on the floor, so I've done that. And this is where I was sorting out that final drawer that's like the equivalent of the junk drawer. It's just got so many random things in it. So some of them naturally ended up in that other drawer because they were spare adhesives. So there was loads of Pritt sticks. There was some other glue type things. And then I just went through it all and sorted it all out. There was random things like that photograph, which was from Maya's primary school from year 3. Goodness knows how many years ago that was. There's some random wires, all sorts of things. So it is sort of still a bit of a junk drawer because it's a bit of a mix of stuff, but it's mainly stationery and then bits of equipment. So like the glue gun and random bits and pieces basically, but I know what's in there and it isn't rubbish anymore, which is the good news. And I think this is the point where I'm stopping. Oh, I'm close to stopping. I've just got these shelves to do at the far corner, which has become a bit of a mess because it's got all my glimmer stuff in it. So all the foils and the machine and my Better Press. So again, good clean out. This blue box had got old sponge type stuff that, to be honest, I don't ever use. They were like old blending type tools, but cheap versions, not great versions. So I emptied the box out and decided that was going to be my foiling box, but it didn't fit all of the foils when they were in the boxes. So I go through a few different options and end up just deboxing them all, and then they all fit in the blue box. So I'm happy with that because at least it is a box that fits in the space, and they're all together. Not happy, it looks great though. I popped all the machine bits and pieces back on the shelf, and then I think I am very close to giving up at this stage. So thank you very much for watching part 1. I'll be back with part 2 when I've finished filming it and doing it. Thanks for watching. Bye.